Many people don't know that they can get sexually transmitted infections from oral sex. Even more so, did you know that you can acquire cancer in your oral cavity from doing it? Use condoms. This is my message to the 30% of viewers who skipped my videos after the first couple of seconds. You may skip now. For all the others, welcome to Eurochannel. It will take guts to watch this video, but on the other hand, half of you who are watching right now practice oral sex. So you better be aware what you are putting into your mouth, especially when it is dark and there is no chance for inspection. So without further ado, lights on. Let's have a look at what's happening. My name is Stefan Buntrock, I'm a urologist and sexologist. Let's get to the point right away. Sexually transmitted infections, STIs, can be transferred by oral sex. Either the genitals get infected by contact with the mouth, or the oral cavity gets infected by contact with the genitals. Or, for this matter, also oral anal contact is able to transmit STIs. Sometimes deep kissing is enough for spreading the infection, as it is the case with gonorrhea. And there is gender. Transmission from man to woman, from woman to man, from man to man, or from woman to woman. Many don't use barrier methods such as condoms because they think that oral sex is safe. But that's not the case. Okay, you can't get pregnant, but you will perfectly be able to catch STIs. Now you're probably going to say, I'm living in a small town, we don't have that stuff here. Or, I know my partners don't have anything and I'm very careful with whom I do it. Problem is, what you think people do or not do, what they say they do, and what they're actually doing can be two very different things. It's as simple as that. People have sex all the time. If somebody you just met is willing to have sex with you right away, and I as a German also consider third dates as right away, this might be a hint that it doesn't happen for the first time. Probably you are somebody in a long row of partners, which poses a risk on your health. And even if you think you know somebody, that's no guarantee they don't have an STI. And STIs are common diseases. They can be transferred by a single sexual encounter. STIs are more prevalent in young adults, but as a rule, they don't respect age or social class. They live in the cities as well as in small towns, and they are increasing. The human papillomavirus, in short HPV, is transferred by sexual contact, including oral sex, and is extremely common. A whole 80% of the population are exposed to that virus, or better, this virus family, because there are several subtypes, high risk and low risk. 3 years after you've started to become sexually active, 50% have had contact with HPV already. The subtypes 16 and 18 cause cancer, and they are responsible for the majority of cervical cancers in women. They may also cause penile cancer, but here we see large geographical differences. Since STIs often live on mucous membranes, they also feel at home in the oral cavity. So when HPV 16 and 18 get there, they might cause oral cancer. As a matter of fact, research suggests that they are responsible for 20 to 30% of all cancers in the mouth and throat. Subtypes 9 and 11 cause genital warts, usually groups of warts, and I mean many and ugly. Not the occasional wart many people have, but in the genital area. Of course, warts can also form in the mouth. Not everybody gets problems. You will have to be susceptible, and less than 10% are so. Approximately 1% of the population has genital warts. And they are hard to treat, I'm telling you, because they have a tendency to come back. Good news is, there is a vaccine against HPV. Ideally, vaccination is done in childhood. Here in Germany, the recommendation starts at age 9 in boys and girls. But even in adult life, there might be a reason to vaccinate, even if the protection won't be as good. Because, you know, a vaccine is only effective before the body has been exposed to the virus. But since there are many subtypes, there is still a chance the vaccine will still protect from some of them. What about chlamydia? This is a bacteria that lives inside the cells, and it is one of the most common STIs. According to the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, chlamydia infections are most common in young people. In the US, people aged 15 to 24 account for 2/3 of all infections. It is estimated that 5% of sexually active young women aged 14 to 24 are positive. Chlamydia may be orally transmitted as well. The same applies to gonorrhea. Now, risk groups have to be accounted for as well. Men who have sex with men are at a higher risk as heterosexual men. While gonorrhea is quite common in the MSM, it is not in the heterosexuals. The same applies for syphilis, which is about to become a real threat because of increasing numbers. Since 2015, syphilis has increased by 70% in the US, a CDC report says. Let's have a look at common infections through oral sex that are no STIs, strictly speaking. Herpes type 1, cold sore, can be transferred to the genitals by oral sex, especially if there is a lesion. This happens quite a lot, and herpes type 1 has become the #1 herpes in the genital area, whereas herpes type 2 is the classical genital herpes, which classifies as an STI. Why 2 viruses? Because people can't lick their own genitals. Here, evolution has opened the door for another virus in humans, whereas animals only have one type of herpes virus. Finally, I would like to say a few words on yeast infections. In recurrent vaginal yeast infections, oral sex probably plays an important role as the reservoir responsible for that. Research shows that yeast is present in up to 50% in healthy, asymptomatic people, probably due to oral sex. And from here, it is transferred back to the genital area. Okay, one last thing I almost forgot. What about HIV and oral sex? Infection is unlikely. There is a minimal chance, however, if certain circumstances are present, like bleeding gums, wounds in the oral cavity, existing STI. So bottom line is, before engaging in oral sex, at least you should have a look at what you're supposed to put into your mouth. So lights on first, and for this video, it's lights out. See you soon. Thanks for watching.